What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the current data points, latest and updates, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is down 2.01% pre-market. It is being heavily traded, and so it's top 10 most heavily traded so far pre-market. But a lot of that isn't coming from shorts. So shorts aren't really doing all that much. 14.21% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 205.99 million shares. So it is legitimately big money selling out from NIO. So not the best type of, or I guess, way to end on a Friday. As far as updates, there was a new analyst rating that did come out today, $4.90 price target. DBS analyst has a 54% success rating. So pretty good stuff. As far as this though, of all the recent ratings, $4.89 is that price target, representing a 22.86% upside. So analysts are fairly optimistic that NIO is trading at a pretty deep discount. But then again, looking back historically, they've been wrong time and time again. And NIO is one of those very frustrating stocks that is just a beast of its own. It just does whatever the hell it wants. And plus, it is heavily manipulated. So it's not the best. So take all this with a grain of salt, of course. One thing that did come out, it wasn't a new rating, but Bernstein did submit a letter, a research letter, and just to pretty much inform investors in NIO and other Chinese EVs that the recently announced tariffs in the States don't really affect it. Because yeah, I think most logical investors already kind of knew that, but clearly an analyst felt justified to put that out just to remind individuals that, hey, the tariffs, like NIO doesn't go to the States in general. So that's not going to be one big attributing factor or whatever else. So let me know your general thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from that, the only things that have really come out was this right here. So NIO's Firefly brand to enter the German market in fall. So I think that's good. Theoretically, Firefly, based on the price point and size, should thrive in a European environment. So I think that's kind of a good move. But this one right here, so it looks like deliveries of the ET9 in China are starting today. So I see that as poor timing based on every Chinese EV that has unveiled their earnings recently. They all said the same thing about the future guidance, and it's all gray because very competitive market. Consumers aren't really out there buying the vehicles, and so I think this is just good. It's a good flagship type of thing, but it's not, don't anticipate a lot of sales in my opinion. So that might be unpopular opinion. So let me know your viewpoint and if I'm wrong and if there is going to be a lot of demand or not. So what's your kind of general takeaway from all that? One thing to pay attention to though is this. So this is all the open interests for the call options. So you have 5,000 at that $4 strike price, 27,000 at the 450. So if NIO, for whatever reason, by the end of day today gets close to that 4, you might see shorts wake up a little bit just to suppress it. But then again, 5,000 is somewhat chump change, so that might not be a real big attributing factor for them. So they might just let that slide. So just kind of be aware that if there is some sort of recovery, that there might be some manipulation at the $4 mark. So let me know your general thoughts on that in the comments below. That's pretty much a quick summary for today. There isn't really any data points coming out from the Chinese side. American side, it just had some. It had PCE and it came in a little bit hotter than anticipated. Market as a byproduct of that is selling off. So you have Dow down 0.15, S&P down 0.39, NASDAQ down 0.45. So not necessarily the best all in all. So let me know your viewpoint on just NIO. Have you been buying? Are you losing faith? I think there's a lot of individuals who have been investing in NIO for a very long time only to see it go down, and I think they are the sentiment at the same time is just like very bad. Over the last 1 year, down 14.78%. Over the last 5 years, it's still up 40%, but I guess coming from a kind of return on investment comparing to even just broader indexes, other EVs, this is somewhat lackluster. So yeah, let me know your general thoughts on NIO. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then dependent on what does happen today, I'll do a PM video if there's some big updates or big transactions on the secondary market, dark pool, or something like that. So hopefully everyone has a good day. And then one final thing, if you're looking for some kick-ass buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.